so let's get started. So you should have your science slides open, which is starting with, why is this on? Mountain building review. Okay, Elian, this one, got it? All right, so we're going to review everything we have learned about landforms, plate tectonics, Earth's crust, plate boundaries, mountains, volcanoes, earthquakes, and our experiments, okay? All right, so first, define what is a landform. So what is your definition of a landform? Can you give some examples, and how many different landforms can you name? So first, let's define landform. So landform, semicolon. What is your definition of landform? Elian, what is your definition of landform?
A body of water, a mountain, a continent, a valley, a volcano, an ocean, a hill, a desert, a river, a glacier, a lake.
Okay, so you're giving examples.
And a waterfall.
What? No, I do not want to do that. Please do not interrupt my math lesson like that, Adobe.
Did your thing just die?
No, it's trying to tell me to do something else. There we go. Okay, so examples. So if we want to do examples first, let's do that then. So what are some examples? Raise your hand. Ledger?
Canyon.
Canyons. Comma.
Hills.
Hills. Type it in.
Continent.
Comma.
Continent.
Mountains. Right? Comma. Typing. Elian. Typing.
Lakes, oceans, and bodies of water.
Okay, lakes. We're not going to go with oceans. Okay, so based off, I know these things are landforms. So what definition can we make for this? What definition can we make?
The natural feature of Earth's surface.
A natural feature, oh, that's an R, E, of Earth's, comma, S, surface. Okay, quickly. Okay, and add in any more examples that you think are parts of landforms. Then I'm going to give you the answers, and any that do not connect, you will have to take off, okay? So you'll have to edit. Quickly, Elian. Okay. Elian, got it? I can erase?
No.
Quickly.
I'm trying.
Okay, ready?
No.
Okay.
No puedo borrar. Mira, no borres la última palabra.
Okay, so now think about this.
Oh my God.
A landform is a natural feature of Earth's surface. form of land. So if you flip it, landform is a form of a land. Okay? So let's look at these two pictures. What does this first picture have? Is it an ocean?
Yes.
Not an ocean. It's a lake or a really big river. Okay, and there's what else around it?
Trees.
Mountains. Okay, what is this a picture of?
Desert.
Desert. It's a canyon. Good. Okay, so now,
There's mountains.
so here are other examples. So if you want to type these in, type them in now. Ready? Rivers, comma, mountains, lakes, plateaus, buttes, mesas, deserts, islands, volcanoes. Those are a few. Not anything that is human-made, like buildings, and then oceans and continents do not count either, because they were already here millions of years ago. Okay? Okay. Yes, Dylan. So then apparently we need to talk about that word. Okay.
You skipped one.
Ready. So, what did each of these models or this is the one it's showing me. Which one do you have?
We have
Tectonic plates
for us to describe the way
Maybe they're out of order. Okay, let's do this one then. Mine's just out of order. Okay, so define the following terms. Tectonic plate. So what do you think is the definition for tectonic plate? Dylan?
mountains, canyons.
A
No.
definition, not examples, a definition.
Lakes.
The part
Those
of
are
that-
examples. Shh. Ledger.
The Earth's crust, continents.
Those are examples. I need
that form mountains.
things that form mountains. Okay.
Can I say one that actually makes sense?
Ariana?
Rocks that move and make mountains, land, etc. Because they are technically rocks.
Things that form mountains. Moving rocks. Okay. Crust. What do you think is the definition for crust? Ledger?
The surface of the earth.
Surface of the earth. Period. Dylan typing. Dylan typing. We'll keep looking. It's there. Everybody else has it. Okay, so describe the ways that plates can move. So which different ways? There's 3 ways. Ledger?
Forwards, backwards, and inwards.
Okay, so together, comma. What's another way?
Opposite.
Away. One more. Think about your hands.
Parallel.
Parallel, side by side / parallel. Okay.
And on top.
So that's together.
And they can also go. I don't know what the word is, but it goes like this.
Okay. Okay, got it, Thomas? Okay, quickly, please. Noah, got it? Okay, pull your mask up.
No.
I can't think of the right word.
Okay. What's next?
Next is the one that
Okay, ready?
No.
Next is this one for you? All right. Okay, what did each of these models or representations show us about the Earth's crust? Okay, so when we did the eggshell, what did that show us about the Earth, Dylan? Okay, so there's cracks, pieces, Ledger.
They're like puzzle They're like puzzle pieces, like small puzzle pieces, like you move like put each other together that form mountains.
Okay, so they are like puzzle pieces. Do you remember what the lines are called, where those puzzle pieces are, Dylan?
Mountains.
There are mountains, but there's called, no,
Tectonic
no,
land.
close, Noah?
Like the sides of the side by side. White
That-
waters.
Are plate boundaries.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other one. What does alternative mean?
Okay. Keep going, Elian. Okay, the floating wood. What did the floating wood represent to us about Earth's crust? Ledger?
Kind of shows how like under the it's not like the ocean or like tectonic plates. The leaves would look like ripples or something, and they would just come around and.
Okay. What is that in the inside?
I don't know.
What did it represent? Ariana?
I'm guessing floating. Are we on floating wood?
Yeah, floating wood.
Land or tectonic plates?
The land.
Like
The floating wood represented the tectonic plates. Okay, so under the floating wood, so under the tectonic plates, there is moving melted Thomas. Elian,
everything just deleted.
raise
Press
your
the
hand,
back
please.
button.
And put out your mouth. Elian. There is moving melted rock underneath Earth's crust. Period. Got it, Noah? Okay, what did our hands represent? What did they show us? Dylan?
Oh, the hands? They show us how the mountains are formed.
How mountains are formed. Okay. Ariana?
Ways tectonic plates
Good. So, ways, 3 ways that tectonic plates
I can't see.
can move. Period. Ledger?
Oh, I'm
Okay.
I'm
Give a raise.
sorry. I don't think we ever do when we
Okay. Last one. Ground. Ledger?
How mountains are formed.
Okay, so graham crackers.
And how tectonic plates move.
How mountains and are formed by what?
Formed by tectonic plates.
What? By colliding tectonic plates. Okay, so by colliding tectonic plates. Here. Okay. Okay, you got them all down? Okay. Let's check our answers. Ready? Okay, tectonic plates. Pieces of Earth's crust that fit together like a puzzle. Is that kind of what we said? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up yes, thumbs down no. Okay. So for crust, the outer layer of Earth, the surface we live on. We're reviewing the definitions. We're correcting them. Is that what we said? The outer layer of Earth, the surface we live on? Okay, if you want to add any one of these, you can. Okay, describe 3 ways the plates can move. Together, apart, side by side. Is that what we said? Good. We said it in better words because we're cooler like that. Okay. So eggshell. The crust is thin and it can be broken into pieces that fit together like puzzle pieces. We said that second part, right? Bo, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Floating wood. The crust / tectonic plates float on top of molten rock. We didn't use the word molten, but we said hot and we said melted and.
I wanted to correct it to that.
Oh. What did we say? We said melted.
Melted rock.
We just said melted rock, molten rock. Okay. What about for hands? The plates can move in 3 ways, together, apart, and side by side. Did we say it's kind of that thing?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, graham crackers. When plates come together or collide, they can be smushed together and form mountains. We said something like this, right? Okay, next one. Convection in the air. You should be on this slide.
Yeah, we're on it.
Got it, Leon? Dylan? Got it? Okay, so explain what is happening here. Why does the smoke sink and why does it rise? So the arrows is the smoke coming from the jar over here. It goes through the pipe. These are ice bags right here. Goes down. Comes over this way and here's a flame. And then it comes back around and what does it do when it comes back over here? It recirculates. Okay, so why does it do that? Ledger and then Dylan.
Because so when the air comes up and it hits the float, that makes it go down, and then so it will just,
Cold things sink.
and then it'll just float, and then when it hits the warm, it will then rise, and
Hot
then
things
once
rise.
it gets back over to the cold, it'll just keep on doing it.
Good. It creates this circular motion because of the cold and the hot, right? Cold things will always sink, so it'll always be at the lower levels. Hot things always rise, just like hot air balloons. They always rise into the atmosphere, right? And if you have both things going on at the same time, it's going to create that circular recirculation.
Did you know, like helium balloons, so they'll have they'll go to the part of the like sky where it's like there. So and they'll end up stopping where they feel comfortable. So where it's like they won't get crushed or they don't feel like deflated. So they'll just stay.
I didn't know
Like
that. Okay, next one. Ready? So the smoke sinks because the ice makes it cold. Cold things sink. Then it's heated up by the candle, so it rises. Hot things rise. When it gets to the ice again, it gets cold. This creates a recirculation motion of the smoke. Okay, type it in.
Like what?
That part. Right below the question. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready and you're on that summary slide.
What it is. I feel like I can just copy and paste that here all the time.
Yes, Elian?
Yeah, you can have.
Pero como le pide las
¿Mañana qué?
mañana.
¿Mañana qué?
Puedo hacer fracciones como yo las hago.
Eso, ahorita estamos haciendo esto. Esa pregunta guárdala, al rato me preguntas. Sí.
Sí, ya no.
Al rato me preguntas.
Why is it making me like that?
Okay,
I'm not.
give me a thumbs up.
I'm not.
Ready to go to the next slide?
No. Yes. No, I'm not.
Dylan,
It's a summary of something.
got this one? Pull up your mouse. Thank you. Okay. 10 more seconds. 8, 6, 4, 2,
How am I supposed to? I can't type all of this. Just put in a summary. You've been learning about summaries.
that's a fact.
Yeah, but I can't do it right. I can't. Yeah,
The smoke sinks and rises over and over and over. That's a summary.
So I found myself mine.
Okay,
I'm almost done.
okay, those of you that are ready to move on, go on to the summary slide and start reading.
I got
See, we're even reading about summaries now.
Okay, still.
Just do it quietly, quickly. Okay, ready? Okay, summary slide.
Oh, shoot. I was on those.
Okay, summary says mountains can be volcanoes or they can be crumpled rock
I need one more.
like graham crackers.
One more word.
The building up that comes from plate collisions is called, everybody, uplift. Because forces within the earth are uplifting the crust. Okay? So building up, uplift. Okay? Volcanoes and uplift happen in different ways, but both involve heat and hot, slowly moving rock of the Earth's interior that causes the uplift on Earth's crust, okay? Earthquakes can occur when plates collide or slide past each other. They are short bursts of movement along faults. So earthquakes and volcanoes occur at plate boundaries. Remember these two things. Earthquakes and volcanoes occur at plate boundaries. This marker is done. What, Ariana?
Only at plate boundaries?
Most.
Oh.
Okay. So faults are cracks in the Earth's crust. Okay. Both at plate edges and in the middle of plates. All plate boundaries are faults, but not all faults are boundaries. Okay? Got it all? Alright, next part. You have this one? Ledger, Noah, Leon, ready?
Tectonic plates gone together in tectonic plates
Name two
colliding
ways
and
mountains can form.
tectonic plates colliding and
Okay? Tectonic, type it in. Plates colliding. Oh my gosh, that's not how you spell colliding. Elian.
Just let me.
Ledger, why are you doing that, man?
that was like I don't think that was math.
Okay, define uplift.
Just
I don't really know what uplift means.
Just
Dylan, define uplift. What do you think would be a good definition for uplift? Show me what uplift is happening. Okay, Ariana.
Vertical elevation.
Vertical elevation.
Within a few years, chocolate will get in enough bars.
Okay, what's another definition?
Something rising.
Something rising.
Like my hand.
Earth's crust rising.
I know y'all.
Earth's crust rising.
Now you're not in principles.
Okay, what's a definition for fault? What's a definition for fault? Ledger?
It's like the opposite of no, it's not.
Ariana?
It's cracks in the Earth's crust.
Cracks in the Earth's crust.
You guys not pay attention?
No, they're too busy on other websites.
Yes.
Cracks
Like Ledger is on math.
in the... I know that, Bo. You don't have to say it. Cracks in the Earth's crust. Period.
That's my Earth.
I did it.
Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, so... Now, just type. So let's check our answers. So name two ways mountains can form. We said plates colliding. The other one is volcanoes, so old volcanoes. Okay? Define uplift. The building up of mountains that happens when the plates collide and are lifted up. So we said Earth's crust rising. So we can also include in there Plates colliding and lifting up.
Ice.
Okay, and define faults. That we got that one perfect. Thanks, Ariana. Cracks in the Earth's crust. Got it? Okay, next one. Ready? Okay, where do most volcanoes occur? Along what? Where do most volcanoes and earthquakes occur? Ariana?
I have the answer to the first two questions.
Okay, what's the first one?
one is plate boundaries.
Plate boundaries. Ledger, what were you going to say?
Near like coasts, because we saw on another map from like last week, that it showed where all volcanoes and like earthquakes were, and most of them were near like coasts or in.
And
like,
those coasts are plate boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
So at plate boundaries, type it in. Thank you. Okay, so what causes the plates to move and volcanoes to form? Noah?
Because volcanoes are up and then the magma.
So what causes volcanoes to get made?
Because volcanoes like stir underwater and then they rise up.
So what pushes it to rise up?
The tectonic plates are
Close. You have the right idea. What causes plates to move, which is the same thing that causes volcanoes to form? Ariana?
Oh, that's volcanoes are external earthquakes, but volcanoes happen when heat and hot involve slowly moving rock from Earth's interior.
Beautiful. So from hot, molten
I read it on the summary.
rock that is, type it in, beneath Earth's crust. Period. Dylan, keep typing. Molten rock.
Be done early. I'm going on
Okay, define earthquake. What is an earthquake? Think about it. 5. Thomas, a little bit more quiet, please. 4. Define earthquake. 3. Ariana?
Earthquakes happen when plates collide or slide past each other.
A movement of plates colliding and moving past each other. Period.
Are we gonna do
I don't know yet.
the science one?
I don't know yet.
You.
Okay. Let's check our answers. Ready? So, where do most volcanoes and earthquakes form? Along plate boundaries. We said at plate boundaries. If you don't focus, that is another clip down. Okay, what causes the plates to move and volcanoes to form? Moving molten rock under the Earth's crust, or convection. Nice. Pull your mask up and sit down.
COVID.
Sit down. Define earthquake. Short bursts of movement along plate boundaries happens when plates collide or slide past each other. So don't forget the short bursts of movement, right? Because that's exactly what it feels like when it's happening near you. Okay, any questions? Got it? You think you're ready for the quiz tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay, we'll do the Kahoot tomorrow before the quiz. Okay, go ahead and finish that up and then click turn in on Google Classroom, please.
Wait, after
Turn in.